Franny here. Let's talk about game number one in the WNBA Finals. I was wrong. The Lynx came back and beat them. I knew it would be a very good game if it was close. When the Lynx got behind by so much in the first quarter, I thought, boy, that's not like them. They're usually a team that's pretty solid on defense. In the first quarter, they sure weren't. And they didn't get many offensive rebounds. As a matter of fact, it set a WNBA record for finals in the first quarter to have 10 rebounds, which the Liberty did. So, both these teams have great women coaches. And she called a timeout for the Lynx, and she just told them, look, we're a much better defensive team. You need to get your butt in gear and start playing the way that we can play. The game plan was what I said it should be, which is to go to Jonquil Jones. She ended up being the high scorer. I think she had 23, but she also had 10 rebounds, so she was a double-double. And what the Lynx did was whenever it went, especially the second quarter, into Jonquil Jones, she ended up being surrounded by four players, so it was difficult for her to get it out. So one of the changes that has to be made is still go into Jonquil Jones because she is still a key factor with her. They don't really have somebody that can guard her. Alana Smith did a nice job on her, but she ended up with 4 fouls. And this is the way you combat height. You get out on fast breaks. And so that's what the Lynx decided to do for the second, especially third and fourth quarter. They got a couple little easy layups to help them get back in the game. A big mistake right at the end of the game was fouling Courtney Williams with a 3-point shot, and then she made the basket and made it a 4-point shot. So that's what kind of turned the game around. And as an ex-coach, one of the things that I hate is in the overtime, the Liberty played not to win, but they were playing not to lose. And so, when have you ever seen Briana Stewart miss a layup? And I have to say this, Neephesa Collier was the defensive player of the year, and it showed. I think that I've never seen a team like Minnesota Lynx as far as how well they play team defense together and how quickly they recover when the ball goes inside and then is kicked outside. Even if you had 4 people that were going in on Jonquil Jones, the minute it was kicked out, they were running their butts off to get out to those people, and they couldn't get a clean shot off. The Liberty couldn't. So, and Neephesa Collier was guarding Briana Stewart, and she made it hard for her all day to score. And she's a great defensive player. They're the best team defensive player right now, and the Liberty have got to respond to that. And the Lynx have the quickest ball movement. If it goes in, they don't have it. It goes right back out. They move around the perimeter, and they take the best shots. So their offense started working for them in the second half, and they just clawed their way back in it. What I love about both teams is that they don't draw with the officials very much. Every once in a while, they may have a complaint, but they don't beat it to death. They have to say what they have to say and then walk away. But it's just good basketball. This was probably one of the best basketball games you're ever going to see, especially with it going into overtime. And you're going to have the same in the second game. Briana Stewart knows what she has to do, and she's going to have to really go after Collier. Aneska is going to have to try to drive a little bit more and hit her 3-point shot. She was held to 19. I think that's still below her average. Jonquil did a great job, and so did Phoebish, who is the one that is guarding, I think she was guarding Neephesa Collier. I'm not sure who she was guarding. No, Phoebish was guarding, she may have been Collier, I'm not sure. But anyway, great games. You combat height, which that's what the Liberty have over Minnesota with quick outlets and running the ball down the court. Now, that's what you do against a tall lineup. Against a shorter lineup, you need to be able to keep up with them because Williams played a phenomenal game. She was their offensive leader, and on defense, she was phenomenal. Also, the Lynx came out with a game plan of slowing their um, game down by taking out some of their best shooters by setting up picks on them so that they were getting a foul. And the Liberty did not talk very well on defense, and they had a couple kids whose bell got rung, being Phoebus's one. So not good. You got to talk when there's a screen. So they got 2 or 3 fouls on their players that way. So they were headhunting, and it definitely paid off for them. It was a great game, great game. But you won't see Briana Stewart have another poor game like that. I mean, it wasn't poor. It was just that she was so well guarded by Collier that it got her out of her own rhythm, and she will figure out how to do that. She may have to post her a little bit lower, try to get a few fouls on her. She'll bounce back. She's tough defensively and offensively, but they've got to get back on defense. That's their key, and also playing better team defense against their outside shooters. You got to remember, Minnesota Lynx were the #1 team in three-point shots, so they're going to have to get out on those shooters and really take it to them. I do predict that the Liberty will win this next game at home. It's a must game for them, and they'll come around. And again, it's got to go through John Quill Jones and then passed out very quickly. Aneska's got to do her job, but it has to be a better team defense, especially going down the stretch. Can't take anything for granted out there. And Vandersloot came in and did a good job and scored. She hasn't looked to score as much as she can. She did in this game, and she's got to do it in the next game too. So should be a great game too. I hope you enjoy it. And the two best teams are playing, and they really enjoy each other. Neephesa Collier, Briana Stewart, when she fouled her, she picked her up off the floor. Just good sportsmanship all the way around. There's no contention. There's just good basketball being played. So I know that you're going to enjoy it. I got to believe the Liberty are going to bounce back in game 2. But kudos to the Lynx, which is the team I want to win it all. But for them having to overcome playing one extra game, overcome playing on somebody's home turf, and making it go to overtime. So they did a great job, and they deserve that win. So, all right, you take care, know you're cared about, and have a great day.